You woke up this morning. You had food, maybe a phone, maybe people who care about you. And somehow, you still felt nothing. Not sad, not angry, just empty. That feeling has a name. And more importantly, it has a reason. And if you stay until the end of this video, what you discover might completely rewire how you understand yourself. The philosopher Albert Camus once wrote, "An empty man is full of himself." What he was pointing at, and what most people never figure out, is that emptiness isn't actually about having less. It's about being disconnected from what matters. So what disconnects us? And why does it happen, especially when life looks fine from the outside? 5 reasons. We're going through all of them. Before we do, if this already hit you somewhere real, hit that like button, drop a comment, share it with someone who needs it, subscribe to the channel, and please, don't skip any part of this video. Each point builds on the last. Number 1. You've been living on autopilot. Here's something most people don't realize. Your brain actively suppresses your awareness when your routine feels safe. Think about it. You drive to work and suddenly you're there, and you can barely remember the turns you made. That's autopilot. It's efficient, but when your entire life runs on it, you stop experiencing things. You're going through motions that stopped meaning anything months ago. Psychologist Mihai Csikszentmihalyi, the man who spent decades studying human joy, suggested that meaning is something you generate through engaged attention, not something that just exists waiting for you to notice it. When you stop paying attention to your own life, the life stops feeling real. The fix isn't dramatic. It's almost embarrassingly small. Make one deliberate choice today that wasn't in your routine. A different route. A different question you ask someone. A 5-minute sit-down where you ask yourself, what did I actually notice today? Tiny friction. Major reawakening. Number 2. You're chasing goals that aren't yours. Here's the uncomfortable one. That career path you're on, the apartment you're trying to afford, the version of success you keep picturing, there's a real chance someone else planted those images in your head. A parent, a school, an algorithm, and you've been pursuing them so long you forgot to check if they're actually yours. Psychologist Edward Deci, whose work on self-determination theory has shaped decades of research, found that people who pursue externally imposed goals report significantly lower well-being, even when they achieve them. The win arrives. The emptiness stays. This may suggest that the problem isn't your ambition. It's the source of it. Ask yourself, honestly, if no one could see your life, no social media, no family dinners, no performance reviews, what would you actually spend your days doing? That answer? That's where you start looking. Number 3. You have no one left to be real with. Sarah had 600 followers. She posted often. Replies came in. Likes rolled up. And she told me she felt like the loneliest person on the planet. Because none of those interactions required her to be honest. She was curating herself, constantly. And when you're always performing, you slowly lose track of who you actually are when the performance ends. Philosopher Martin Buber called this the difference between I-it relationships and I-thou relationships. Most of our modern connections are transactional, I-it. We exchange pleasantries, content, status updates. The I-thou relationship, where another person truly sees you, is becoming genuinely rare. You don't need 50 friends. You may just need one person in front of whom you're allowed to be a mess. That kind of connection doesn't scroll. You have to build it. Number 4. You've stopped growing, but won't admit it. Stagnation doesn't always look like failure. Sometimes it looks like a comfortable job you've had too long. A relationship that's fine. A version of yourself you stopped questioning years ago. Psychologist Carol Dweck's research on growth mindset appears to indicate that the human mind craves challenge in a fairly specific way, not chaos, but the kind of stretch that sits just beyond your current comfort zone. When that stretch disappears, something in you goes quiet. Empty doesn't mean broken. It could mean finished, as in, you finished a chapter and didn't start the next one. What's one skill you've been putting off? One conversation you've been avoiding? One belief about yourself that maybe deserves to be tested? Start there. Growth doesn't require a revolution. Sometimes it's just one door you stop walking past. Number 5. You've forgotten that you have a purpose, even if you can't name it. This one trips people up because purpose sounds massive. It sounds like it requires a calling, a platform, a TED Talk. It doesn't. Viktor Frankl, a psychiatrist who survived Nazi concentration camps and wrote about it in Man's Search for Meaning, argued that purpose isn't something you find. It's something you construct out of the raw material of your actual life. Your experiences, your values, the specific things that make you angry, tender, or alive. The emptiness you feel could be the signal, not the sentence. It may be your mind telling you that you've been moving without direction long enough. You don't need to know your life's purpose today. You just need to ask one question. What actually matters to me right now, today? Then act on it. Even badly, even imperfectly, move toward it anyway. So here's what we covered. You might be running on autopilot, pursuing goals that were never really yours, starving for real connection, stagnating in disguised comfort, or living without a sense of direction. Any one of these could explain that hollow feeling. Most likely, it's some combination of all five. And here's the thing, feeling empty isn't weakness. It's actually a sign that something in you is still paying attention, still asking for more than surface-level existence. That's not a flaw. That's the part of you worth listening to. The emptiness is not your enemy. It might be the most honest thing about you right now. So, pick one thing from this video, just one, and do something with it this week. If this reached you somewhere real, like this video, share it with someone who needs it. Subscribe to this channel for more content that actually goes somewhere, and leave a comment below. Tell me, which of these 5 resonated most? What are you going to do differently this week?